Page 8, I Love Lucy. This is a theme from the television series I Love Lucy. This piece is a kicker. Notice it's in cut time. It's also in the key of F major. We're in F major a lot, aren't we? B flats. When you're learning a piece like this, take it in 4/4 time first. So let's just do this slowly. Right hand first, starting at 1-3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And on the second major last note, I recommend a 1-2 because of what's coming. This piece moves. You don't have a lot of time for this, so here. And staccato. If your hand's big enough on that last chord, 1, 2, 4 is good. If not, you gotta use 1, 2, 5. Because as I said, this piece moves, so it's quick. So 1, 2, 4 is better. Second line, again, 1, 2. You could do 2, 4 and come up. You got to move anyway, and you got to move quick. It's just you don't have to move as far if you use 1 and 2. You're closer than here. That chord in the third measure is the last note is an F, A, C sharp. Oh, that's just wonderful. And then the last chord is a B natural in that. Isn't that nice? And then for the third line down, I recommend a 2, 4, 5 for that first chord, and then you can do what they're saying. And then next measure is 1, 2, 4. And I'm recommending for the third measure that you do a 1, 4, 5 here. The top two notes are tied. And so this way I can go ahead and just play the C sharp. If you do their fingering, then you got thumb on the C sharp. If you don't mind that, that's okay. Otherwise, here. And then the last line, it's 2, 3, 5, they're saying. And then a 4, and then see all these accidentals, you got all these sharps. F sharp, A, C sharp. Next measure is C sharp, F sharp, A. It's the same chord, it's a different version. And then third finger for the quarter note. Now it's an F natural. It's accented, it's not staccato. And then these ugly looking chords at the end. Let's just take these one at a time and spell them out. The last two measures on page 8. You got the first one that's just a D minor chord. Okay. Now the next one is a B natural, an F sharp, which is here, and an A. The next one is a B flat, an E natural, and an A. So all you did is you moved these two notes down. And then the last chord is a B flat, E, G. So these two notes stay the same, you just change that. So that's the best you can do with chords. You just got to work them out slowly, because once you get them, it's not so bad. Okay, I think I got that chord. And you come back a month later, you have to relearn them again. Okay, I guess you just don't come back a month later. I don't know. Top of page 9 is the same as top of page 8. I don't want to cover all this overall again. Let's go down to the third line on page 9. Here. The melody's the top note. Now, here you can get away with using little finger on both because of the accents, and it's a style of playing, an interpretation style sometimes. You can separate the notes if they're accented, and we'll do that here. So the first two measures, and then from the second measure to the third measure, I just put a little silence in there. You don't have to play it staccato, just separate it, that's fine. And then going on, and the fourth line, watch out, chords going crazy. Here, here, follow their fingering. They're protecting the melody, because that's the melody. That's what it is. So you just have to learn to move your hand and get them in the position of those chords very quickly. You do that by going very slowly. So here, fourth line, here, here, and there. And then the next one is the same notes, different fingering. And that by the way, the last note in the second measure there on the fourth line is not staccato. And then the next one, accent, and then staccato, and then staccato, not staccato. Last line, again, chords, here, fingering, use their fingering, and then here, and then down here, I recommend a 2-4-5 on that last half note. And then all you got to do is add the G and you're there. And that last chord, the last chord is a C, a D, an F, fourth finger on the F, and an A. Here. So the last two measures. The pedal's going to connect it all. We'll get the pedal later. Just right now. In the left hand it's all supporting, so keep the left hand down. The beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, rest. 3, 4, tie. 2, 3, 4, 1. So just watch out on the rhythm, it's a little different. Bottom line on page 8. Third measure is a 4. The articulation, the staccatos and all, is the same as the right hand, so both hands are, it's just 2 on for the C sharp C. Back to what you were doing. So the left hand hopefully is not a problem. That gives you more time to focus on the right hand, which is definitely a problem. Put them together. Again, when you're learning this piece, take it really slow. Don't be in a hurry to make it sound like you love Lucy. No. No, you got to grow to love her. There's something, I don't know. So at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest, rest, 2, 3, 4. So just take the whole thing really slow. Then once you get it, you gradually speed it up, and eventually, if you can get it going fast enough and you've learned it well enough, you can put it back and cut time. Because if you ever watch the show, they're playing this at the beginning, and it moves pretty good. As far as the dynamics go, there's not a lot of dynamics going on. You're starting as it's a happy piece. And then at the bottom line, you got a crescendo up, and I recommend you come down a little bit to start the crescendo, so you got more room to crescendo. And then come down at the top of page 9 like you were at the beginning. And then the third line down, you crescendo again. Start the crescendo a little soft, maybe a medium soft. And then you're loud pretty much to the end. You get down to the bottom line. They give you a medium soft on that one chord. And then you got a crescendo again and a molto ritardando. That means you get slower, ritardando. Molto means a whole lot, so we'll get a whole lot slower. So you're here. And then on top of that, you add the crescendo. So the medium loud is here. And then come down from that to start the crescendo. Hold that out until you're tired of hearing it, like so. And that's the dynamics. Articulation, just make sure you get the staccatos where they're marked staccato. That's the tricky part. Otherwise, it's pretty much connected. Except maybe for the accents, if you got multiple notes in a row that are accented, you can get away with separating them if you need to. As far as the pedal goes, there's just a little bit of pedal over on page 9. Here on the third line down, this legato pedal. Just lift the pedal when you play the note at the beginning of line 4. When you play those notes, the pedal comes up right there. And at the last line is legato pedal through the whole thing, and here we're just building it up. We want all the overtones and everything going at the end, and everything's connected, and everybody's happy. You know, we love Lucy by the time we get there, so it's okay. So let's just go through this really super slow, just to double check the rhythms. If there's anything, I don't know that you really need it or not, but I just have an urge to go through it slowly, so let's do it. So my hands are here and here, and I'm doing 4/4 time here. I'm not doing cut time here. It's just here. And the foot's on the pedal ready to go. I'm going to give myself 4 counts. If you want to play along, go ahead. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2,